What can we do to take the burden, some of the load off of our front of the house workers? And that's where robotics comes in place. We brought a robot, it comes in, his name is Astro. It stands for Automated Service Removal Tray Organizer.
So you're dealing with a workforce that has been somewhat depleted at this point. What do you see as a solution to this issue?
We have to first talk to our staff, and we did, and they were saying that they felt burnt out. And so we said, okay, if you feel burnt out, what can we do for you? One solution was we basically close down days. That obviously hurts us, the ability to pay them, and also to pay the rent and the income. So we said, okay, let's scratch that. What else? And they also said, well, I'm running around too much. And that's where we said, okay, what can we do to take the burden, some of the load off of our front of the house workers? And that's where robotics comes in place.
Is that the server?
Yeah.
So doesn't know where to go.
So we mapped the entire restaurant.
What happens if someone walks by and just like snatches the plate from them?
Well, our servers are watching because the goal is, as you can see, look, we're all blocking it, and it still knows where to go. And it's going to the bar. That's why it's B9.
Where'd you find that?
We said we're not going to go outside of America. I want to employ American jobs. I want to be able to have service in America. And we were able to find a Silicon Valley company, a person who was born and raised in Miami.
A lot of the things that are actually done by servers inside of a restaurant, there's a few things that actually can be automated. One that we noticed was the food running, which actually is something that is very, very, from a physical and wearing you down type of situation over a period of 6 or 8 hours is actually something that can be helpful if you provide some type of technology and automation tool to help that. Another thing that we actually noticed too is that when you're actually carrying these very, very heavy dishes back to a dish pit, those things can actually be helped with automation. So what we've actually tried to do is really try to build something that can help people so that they have more time to basically do the things that are probably more value added to the workflow of a restaurant.
So we thought about bringing a robot that the server doesn't have to leave their table, can be more focused on the guests, maybe talk about your wine list, see your child, interact with them, create those wow, memorable experiences that people really go to the restaurant for, and why the hospitality industry is all about. And I think that's going to draw more talent, so that's exactly what we did. We brought a robot, it comes in, his name is Astro. It stands for Automated Service Removal Tray Organizer, and that's exactly what it's doing. It's organizing. The servers can put dirty dishes, it takes it to the dishwasher, and it also brings the food for them at their table.
So you've got Astro right now food running for you at this restaurant. What would you say to people who are concerned that they see a robot and maybe they think that the robot is going to replace humans? Because that's a big concern with artificial intelligence and the future of robotics, replacing humans who need work. What would you say to them?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit misguided because of the fear, which is natural, of the unknown. But I think robotics, if it's meant to take off workload and make you more efficient and create those personal touches, I think that is going to be the future, is making more better experiences for our guests and for our employees. When you could do two things, make it better for the guest and make it better for the employees, I think you're onto something.
Have you seen this robotics in the restaurant industry before? How new is it to the industry? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're the first ones here in the state of Florida to do it, and we knew that the summer was coming up, and we're expecting great numbers here in the state of Florida. Our governor has been very consistent saying that we've been open. All the hotels we talk to are all booked. And the concern is our staff is overwhelmed. They're overburdened, and we had to make a decision. And we think that this, once we have 2 or 3 per store, will alleviate our staff. It's called organized chaos in the restaurant business. It's one of the hardest businesses to be into. I think having robotics to help make it easier and make more money for the employees, that's a winning formula.